Hi everybody and welcome inside Buccaneer Arena, where it is my privilege to introduce to all of you a familiar face to Buccaneers hockey, Bob Ferguson, longtime head coach of this program, one of the winningest coaches in the history of the USHL. Bob, thanks for taking time to chat with me here this morning.
It's my pleasure. Glad to be back.
Well, Bob, you're here this morning, the GM of the San Diego Gulls. Now, you've been in the organization for quite some time after moving on from the USHL, but talk about coming back here to Buccaneer Arena. Has it been the first time back for you in a while to the rink?
Well, actually, we were here last year when we played the Wild, and we practiced here. The guys loved it. We're currently on our team right now. We've got 11 players that have played in the USHL. So when they heard we were coming to practice, they were pretty excited. It's one of those rinks that everybody seemed to remember, especially the opposition coming in here with the atmosphere and everything.
A Clark Cup in '92 and a Clark Cup in '95. The first Clark Cup for the Buccaneers in '92. When you think about those times, what are the first things and the fond memories that come to mind about your time here in Des Moines? Well,
there's no question that the best thing that I remember about it is just the character of some of the players we had. Just good guys. You always say it's always fun, come to the rink every day, but those years it truly was just a good bunch of guys. A lot of them after that played for me at different levels, and still talk about it, still run into quite a few of them, and just that coming here, the atmosphere in Bucs Arena those nights with some of the teams we had, some of the great comebacks that you can remember about. I remember losing one night. We were playing St. Paul. We were losing a game 5-0 going into the third period and come back and won 6-5, and you couldn't even hear yourself thinking here. And there's there's so many good memories, but most of all, it was just the character of the players we had. They were just a good bunch on both the teams, and it's funny, just good character breeds winning, and I think both those teams were great examples of that being true.
Lastly, Coach, as someone in a high position as the GM of an AHL team, players on the Bucs, players around the USHL, looking to try to get to those levels, try to play in the AHL, obviously the NHL. What's your biggest bit of advice for young kids?
Well, the biggest thing that I think is commitment. You've got to be committed to becoming a better player. Just don't let people tell you you're going to be a better player. Don't let grow up walking around like you think you're going to be a player. You got to make the commitment to become a better player, because it is competitive. Nowadays I think the players get a little bit pampered because they see the success of some of their peers. Well, I'm just as good as that guy. But what really separates the good players and the players that make it big from the players that go around saying I should have been a player, or somebody gave me a bum steer somewhere along the line. The biggest thing, you got to make the commitment to be better. Just don't think you're going to be better. You got to make that commitment. And the ones that separate themselves are the ones that have that little bit better work ethic, that little bit more drive to be a big-time hockey player.
Thank you so much for your time today, Bob. I appreciate you coming and chatting with me. What an honor to get to chat with you.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
His team, the San Diego Gulls, will be taking on the Iowa Wild tonight downtown. The Bucs will be taking on the Sioux City Musketeers this evening here from Buccaneer Arena. Until puck drop tonight, I'm Ben Gislason. He's the legend Bob Ferguson, and we'll see you tonight at the Madhouse.